animals. And usually, in a normal school year, we have these nice big plush chairs that kids can sit in, and usually these will be set up like right about there.
Hey, do you want to, Ms. Wheeler, just for the sake of the audience, give us a definition of what is genre? Like, what does that mean? And I know you just listed a couple of examples, but let's repeat that.
So, genres is kind of like, I think the best example I can give of genres is when we're usually talking about genres, we're usually talking about music. So, there's like pop music, classical music, and it's pretty much the type of book it is. So, for example, Hunger Games would be considered a science fiction book.
Yeah, that's perfect. I know that Mrs. Craig teaches our elementary students all about genres, as do all of our teaching staff, but I didn't mean to interrupt your tour, but that's such a huge deal. We are actually making our library more accessible to students at the secondary level, not at the elementary level yet. But we're making our books more accessible because that's how students usually choose books, is based on their favorite type or kind or genre. All right. What else do you have for us?
So then, this is the end of our fiction section right here. And then automatically, right over here is where all our nonfiction books start. And as you can see, I'm actually currently going through nonfiction, so that way students have the most up-to-date information. So that's what this cart is. And then this is the current layout of the library. And this is our mobile workstation over here. So lately, teachers have been coming in if they have too many students or one student and they come in and they work in here. So this cart actually moves, and they usually use it for assemblies during a normal school year.
And I just want to reiterate that libraries are really just big, huge, awesome classrooms, okay? Sometimes we tend to think of libraries as just a place where stuff like books exist, but really they should be the coolest, raddest classrooms on campus, and we're turning them into that. All right, what else, Ms. Wheeler?
So over here, I actually have a bookshelf that is cleared out, and me and Miss Mackenzie, we want to put in makerspace stuff right here. So that's something to look forward to when we get that started. And then these are some of our conference rooms. Usually students work in them during a normal school year for like some peace and quiet, but we really want to turn it into a green screen room and a podcast station.
Yeah, so super exciting plans for our libraries, all of our libraries in the district down the road. And the number one thing we've added this year is Chromebooks. So students, if you need help with your Chromebook, when in doubt, go to the library. So we're really beginning to add a ton of tech to our library spaces. All right. Were you about ready to wrap up your portion and we can hop over to MB?
Yeah, that was for me.
All right, I'm checking, and I don't know if MB is on yet. And just so you know, students, our library staff are so amazing that they're always multitasking, always multitasking. So MB is probably serving a customer and helping out with a Chromebook or something. But I do know we have Mrs. Craig on the line, so I think we could hop over to Mrs. Craig. Mrs. Craig, how are you feeling? You ready to give us a tour? Oh, and Mrs. Craig, I think you got to turn on your mic.
Got it. Okay. So I'm starting off in my workspace right here. Let me turn it around. Well, let me see here. go. Where I have just lots of things going on with the Chromebooks that we're giving out, some new books in my cart here, lots of different things going on. Starting at the door, I have parents stop here as I issue Chromebooks out there, and I also have my drop box for the return books. Following the dots, the classroom comes in this way. And we have a little bit different seating this year as we're trying to space out. And we're not necessarily using the tables, but we are using the nonfiction space. There's all my nonfiction books. Some of my newer nonfiction books I have sitting over here. If ever you want to take a look at some of those. And then usually I'm keeping series of books in baskets along here. And I just added a couple of baskets. Like I have my Fly Guy Presents nonfiction Fly Guy books, all the Who Would Win books, the I Am books. And then over here, I have a display of my OBOB books.
Hey, what's
That's a
OBOB,
program
Mrs.
that
Craig?
we do this. OBOB is Oregon Battle of the Books. And I think I had one of my students earlier probably described it better than I did. But it's where the kids read these books. There are books for the elementary school. There's different books for the middle school and other books for the high school. And the kids, if they want to join in on something like this, although we didn't have that competition this year, they could read the books. They didn't have to read all of them, but they could read the books and compete kind of like a live AR test to where they're asked questions about the book, and the person who gets the most right is the winner. Then that group goes on to compete with other kids in the whole state of Oregon. Really pretty cool. Really cool books.
I love that you said it's like a live AR test competition. I love that. That's a good way. And tell me about that unicorn. Why do I see a unicorn in your library, Mrs. Craig?
So, although we did not have a book fair this year, that is something that I had made for the last book fair that we had here as a photo booth. Yeah, and here is our picture book section. And let me tell you guys, there's a lot of books in this section that are even up to the 4th and 5th grade level. So it's a nice, fast way to read a fun book and get AR points.
Yeah, and picture books are for people of all ages, whether they're picture books and or graphic novels. Students, I don't know if you know, but I love artwork. In my spare time, I do artwork. I love picture books and graphic novels for the artwork.
Me too. So here are some of my new books here. I have another section to show you. I pulled up an extra section over here to where I have some books that are at some lower levels, easier to read. Then we're in the paperback section here and hardbacks on the wall. On each of these bookshelves, I also have other collections of books that are popular to read. And I encourage the kids as they come in to look at my brand new books that I have been getting in recently. These aren't all of them, but it's kind of a fun little collection of the brand new books that I have.
Ooh, can you zoom in on that? Is that a Lori Hall Sanderson? Go back to the right a little bit. Maybe it's not. Or Jacqueline. What is that book? Yeah, are you familiar with that author?
I believe I have a couple of picture books with this author as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like I've read maybe one book by that author, but that, you're never supposed to judge a book by its cover, but don't we all do that all the time? I love artwork. I love book cover artwork. Anyway, the cover of that book makes me want to read it. It looks interesting and fascinating and beautiful.
Yes, yes. So it's a whole lot of fun to look at new books when they come in. And I'm usually kind of reading the inside of the cover too as I'm looking through the new books. And anyway, so that's what I have for my library.
Yay, amazing. So, you know what? I still don't see MB Dunn with us yet. Let me see. Okay, so MB Dunn is going to join us in just a second. Mrs. Craig, do we maybe want to do the read aloud first, and then we can get MB after the read aloud? How does that sound?
Sure. Let me pull it up here. It's going to take me about a minute.
Hey, and again, students, our library staff are magical unicorns. They multitask. They not only facilitate lessons and read alouds, but they do it while performing customer service and checking out Chromebooks and doing all sorts of stuff at the same time. Okay, so they are really amazing individuals. They work super hard for us, and they are always doing 22 things at once. And again, make sure that you celebrate your school library staff. We do have I put in our newsletter. I'm clicking around on my computer here real quick. Let me see if I can share it. So again, April is National School Library Month, and there are little sheets of paper in our monthly newsletter, and your teachers can print them out for you, or you can find them, or you can just email our library staff. But if you fill out a little slip of paper as to why you love your school libraries, your name will go into a drawing for free books and Dutch Brothers gift cards. So give your libraries a shout out, and you have a chance to win, friends. All right.
I'm not sure why it is, but I can't present.
Let's see. It's probably
because you didn't. The host needs to turn the present on for you to present.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I have it on, but let me double check. Thank you for helping me out with that. And
If it's like present on.
yeah, I'm clicking around. I've got like a multi screens. Let me close that out and go back over here. There we go. Okay, give it a whirl now, Mrs. Craig.
Oh, I see it. Thank you.
That was my bad, and thank you for the help, students. So we'll do our read aloud, and then we'll hop over to the middle school library for a tour with MB Dunn. I see that MB Dunn is ready. But since you're ready, Mrs. Craig, take it away.
Okay, so this one does have to do with the library, and I absolutely love this book because of all that it kind of makes the library seem more than just books. Library Mouse, a world to explore. Sam was a library mouse. He lived in a little hole in the wall behind the children's reference books. Every night, he went looking for adventures between the covers of books. One evening, Sam went for a stroll. He smiled to see the class projects children had made to place atop the library shelves. A poster on the wall read, "Discover our great big world." "It is a great big world," Sam said, "and I love to read all about it." Then he sighed, gazing at the books on the very top shelves, which were just a little too high for him to climb. Suddenly, Sam saw something out of the corner of his eye. Swoosh! Another mouse landed gracefully on the floor right in front of him. "Whoa," she said, "that was some ride. Good thing I had my parachute." She stuck out her paw and smiled. "Hi, my name's Sarah. What's yours?" I'm Sam," he answered. "I live here." "I live here too," Sarah said, "on the other side of the library. I was exploring, and that's when I discovered that playground." "Playground?" said Sam. "Up high on the shelves," Sarah